Welcome to the Impact Exchange, where real estate, leadership, and real estate financing meet with a little personality. I'm Jordan Thorpe.
And I'm Ronnie Esparza.
Every episode, we break down the moves, the money, and the mindset that help you navigate today's market with clarity and confidence.
All in a way that actually makes sense. So let's get into it.
Welcome back to episode 7 of the Impact Exchange. Ronnie, what are we talking about today?
Today's going to get a little juicy. It's going to get a little controversial. I may have to sit a little bit further from you because today, ladies and gents, we're going to be talking about pet peeves, about loan officers and realtors,
Realtor.
So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So
from our perspective, sure.
Yeah, of course. From
the
our
general
perspective.
public could probably just be like, they exist.
Yeah. And you could comment below too and tell us what your pet peeves are about whether you're a buyer, real estate agent, loan officer, whatever, title officer even. What do you hate about us? I'm
those
sure
would
they
be,
got a little bit to say, right? I know
for a fact my escrow officers would be like, Jordan is so freaking high strung. They're looking at everything, making sure everything's lined up.
I would say high maintenance.
Be lucky you're not the one maintaining it.
All right. So
We'll use that one in our clip.
All right.
So
So the first one would be slow or no communication
yeah.
from the realtor. Man, guys, girls, realtors,
Men,
pick
women.
up your phone.
Everyone.
I see that on Instagram too. Some realtors, they get mad. You know, they're trying to get a hold of the listing agent or the buyer's agent to either remove contingencies or anything like that. And they just can't get a hold of the realtor.
Right.
But they're out there doing TikToks and reels, and maybe their battery is dead.
Charger.
Maybe their battery is dead. That's why they can't answer the phone. But God, same thing with loan officers. You know, tell us about the loan officers.
Yeah. So communication's definitely key. I don't care if you send me a text that says, hey, I'll call you later. Yeah. But if you send me that text, make sure to call me later. We have to have a conversation. Some things are way too long for text, and it really is a phone call conversation. So I always do my best to get back to whoever I tell, hey, I'll call you back as soon as possible. If I'm eating dinner, I'm having family time, or I'm one of those moments where I need to unplug, I'll get back to you. I said I would, and I always do what I say I will. But if, for instance, you're a loan officer and we're trying to put a deal together and I'm calling you, let's say I'm asking for how much credit we need to ask for, closing cost credit. And I'm not getting anything, and you say, oh, I just sent the pre-approval. Well, that's great, but in order for this loan to work, we need closing cost credit. How much do I need to ask for in the contract? Because if we ask for X amount and we're short, who's making up for that? Because I've asked you, how much do we need?
But yet I'm not calling you back, and I'm out here on TikTok.
Well, I know where you live, so I would just show up at your house.
Yeah. But
Kathy would love Jordan, hi, what are you doing?
you and Kathy are not allowed to hang out. So I've already told you that, guys. You guys make me go broke. No, I get it. The communication has to be key, and I've said that, and I think that's everything.
Yeah.
In life.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
You have to be communicative, right? Because you can't call somebody back, you can't text somebody back, you can't email someone back. I think that's just plain rude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in our business, it could cost people thousands and thousands. It could cost a deal,
Yeah.
right? So that's my biggest pet peeve.
Cost our
I
clients a
think for
deal, us
both
a
of us.
client,
Yeah. And reputation.
reputation,
Reputation is
Google review.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and nowadays those Google reviews are huge. You know, if you don't have that Google, I have one bad Google review, and but on my photography page, I have over 50 reviews. Are all 5 stars, but that one, I was doing real estate pictures for someone, and this individual was during the COVID time. This individual was just super rude to the agents I was working for. And so he was, I mean, just awfully rude. And so I would say I just kind of protected
Yeah.
myself. And yeah, he left me a bad review. But get this, at the very end of the bad review, he says, I will say this, his pictures were awesome. But, you know, and I responded to it. You know, I only mirror people's characters,
Right.
people's attitude, you know, and to say that, you know, I had a bad attitude, it was because of how I seen you were treating the real estate agents I was working for. So, but reviews are huge, you know, and if you're not communicating, you're going to have those reviews on your Google or wherever you have the reviews at. Never call me back, never email me back, never texted me back. You know, what kind of reviews are those? You're not going to be able to get any clients with that. So, or you're not going to want to have anybody work with you.
Exactly.
You know, they see, let's say, for example, I don't call anybody back, right? And let's say I don't text anybody back or anything like that. But then you get, and I'm known for that, right?
Yeah.
And then you see my pre-approval letter come through.
Yeah. As a listing agent, I'm
you're
going to
gonna
be
want to
saying,
work with me.
hey,
Yeah.
remember all those messages I sent you that went unreturned?
And you lost the deal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're probably not gonna want to work with me. So, I mean, that's a huge one. I think that's a huge one. That can make you, or that can break you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Number 2,
What's your number 2?
overpromising and under-delivering. I am very clear with my expectations up front.
Approved.
I tell all of my clients that I work with, when we sit down for our consultation, I like to work with people that I could walk into their office and have a conversation with. You know, people wanted to use Joe Schmo from bigloans.com or whatever it is. Well, okay, great. We're going to do what's in your best interest.
Right.
But here is my experience that I've had. When it gets to a certain point and we can't get anything back from them, there's going to be a point where you have to make the tough decision to go left or go right because you're at a fork in the road. If we're at day 14 and appraisal is due on day 15 and no appraisal has even been done and we can't get a hold of the lender, but they said appraisal's going to be done within 2 days and all this stuff, you got sold on false hope.
And likewise, I think for me, where I've worked with agents where they tell me, "Hey, is this deal pretty good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's solid. You know, low ratios, good assets, great credit. You know, work stability." And then I get a contract. Oh, great! And then I see the contingencies, and then I see a
Loan in 24 hours.
Yeah. 3-day loan contingency, 3-day appraisal, or 15-day close. Whoa!
Yeah.
No. Don't, if you're working with the loan agent, make sure that that they can actually deliver on what you're over promising, because for me, if somebody goes and tells me that, I'm going to say, hey, you should have talked to me first. I'm lucky that the way we do our transactions is we get them fully approved through underwriting.
Right.
And yeah, we can't close them in 15 days, 20 days, no problem. And, loan contingencies can have them removed, at in a shorter period than normal, right? Same thing with the appraisal, but that's one of the things that I've seen, and needless to say, I don't work with that realtor anymore because I had to set my grounds.
Yeah.
There's just no way, especially if I get a contract and I haven't talked to the borrower in 6 months.
Yeah.
It's like I got to talk to the client.
Yeah. Well, 6 months, their credit check they got to redo that.
Credit check is good for 120 days. Loan approval is good for 120 days. So I have to recheck, especially if we're going into contract.
Yeah.
I got to make sure that they still qualify. Their assets are still there. They're still have a job, or they still have a job.
Life happens.
And I've ran into those also where, I lent the money, but they paid me back. Great. Can I see a copy of that check? No, it was cash. I can't use that cash no more, right? Because it's a cash deposit.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. And I think we'll talk about, stuff like that on another episode. But yeah, that is one of the pet peeves that I also have, is over promising and under delivering. So what I like to do is I like to under promise and over deliver. So if I have a loan where I know it's going to get done, but it's not underwritten yet, we'll close it. I can close it in 25 days. I can really close it in 20.
Yeah.
Because I already know I can.
Yeah.
So, hey, do 25-day.
Give us a buffer.
Yes, exactly. Buffer. So I do buffer. Yeah, I do. I do like to give buffers, on what's a regular contingency now?
So built into our contract, let's say loan, the pre-printed one is 17 days.
So 17 days. I can say, hey, go for a 10-day and know I can get it done in 7 days. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I like to under promise and over deliver.
Right.
So
right. And it ties into communication too. Talk with your clients, talk with the lender, talk with the real estate agents. What is realistic for the transaction?
Right. And I think the next one is probably something that would be more of a pet peeve for you from another realtor.
Okay.
Incomplete contract.
Oh, yeah. Love those. Love those.
I have a part 2, but go ahead.
So when I am representing the seller in a transaction and a buyer agent sends in their client's offer, I'm always going to look through it. I'm going to let my clients know we have one. When is the best time to meet with them to go over it? All of that good stuff. But as I'm going through it and I'm saying, all right, we're missing a signature, it's not the end of the world. The buyer's agent can get that fixed pretty easily. I can give the buyer's agent a call, say, hey, you're missing a signature. We need that signature. But incomplete contract, well, you didn't fill out what they want conveying with the property. You didn't fill out any sort of information for your office. You just signed it at the end, but your clients didn't sign it. Well, without that signature, you don't have an offer. You have something that you signed that you sent in.
The part that I hate when I do get, and not you, because you've done pretty good, but realtors, are you guys supposed to fill out your name, your broker's name, or your brokerage, their address, the email, their license, when you submit an offer?
So for like our software that we have, it auto-populates that stuff for us, for our information, our address, our brokerage number, our license number, our broker address, where we are, contact information. One of the other things that we can do with our software, and most companies have some sort of software that will do it, is an MLS autofill.
A lot of them don't.
I know. And they can import the seller's agent's or the buyer's agent, the selling agent's information too. Their name, their email, their contact information, all of that.
How about the buyers? If you're a buyer's agent,
putting our buyer's information, like this is their address, this is their phone number.
Like your brokerage information.
Oh yeah, I always fill out my information. Always.
My pet peeve, realtors, please fill out your stuff, because then what I have to do is I have to go out. I have to find who you work for. I need to know where your brokerage is. I need to know your brokerage license number. Please, please, please fill that part out.
And it kind of ties into, like, on the loan side, getting a pre-approval letter,
Oh, yeah.
then they get into contract, but finding out it was a pre-qualification and no underwriting, no pre-approval has been done because it was just a conversation with no document verification.
You know, I have a video, and I don't know how to use YouTube that well, but I'll see how I can tag that video, because it explains what a pre-qual and a pre-approval is. It's very simple. Pre-qual, we have a conversation.
I call you on the phone.
You call me on the phone.
Ronnie,
we have a
this is what I make.
conversation. Yes. And hey, this is a pre-qual. I think you're good to go. Pre-approval, my underwriter's already blessed it, right? We've checked your assets. We've checked your job. We've checked your bank account, your assets. We've checked your credit. We've checked all that stuff. So all the T's have been crossed, I's have been dotted. Now I can call it a pre-approval.
Yeah.
But I do see a lot of pre-approval letters that are not actually pre-approvals. They're
Incomplete
pre-quals.
pre-approvals.
Yeah. Yeah. So that, yeah, I can, and you know what? It's kind of good for me, because then I get them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey, Ronnie,
Good
can
conversion
you do
for
this?
you.
Yeah. So that, I mean, listeners, if you're a buyer listening right now, make sure that you're getting a pre-approval, and if you're getting a pre-qual letter, make sure that you know that it's a pre-qual. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Next one.
Next one, hiding bad news.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. We could literally end it right there. Don't do it. Will we? No, we'll talk about it. We're going to talk about it, but don't do it.
That is huge. Hiding information, bad news. And because, you know, especially if you're in the contract, right? And let's say contingencies have been released and something comes up for whatever reason, right? Especially when you're in contract and we're about to close and we have to recheck your credit, and a credit card inquiry pops up. We have to know, as a lender, we have to know,
Yeah.
what is that for?
Yeah.
It could hurt the deal. It could not hurt the deal. So I have to call and I have to tell you, hey, Jordan, this popped up. This may take a little bit. I'm not hiding anything from Jordan, because I will not hear the end of it, for one. But two, it's unprofessional.
Two, I'll find it.
Yeah. Two, it's unprofessional, you know? So if I find something that is wrong with the loan, I'm definitely going to immediately call you, right?
Right.
It's just like that one where we couldn't find the additional $83, and
Yeah.
it was because of the fire hazard insurance. But, you know, we immediately put our heads together and we figure it out. Okay, what needs to be done to get taken care of. So that's one of the biggest things. It's a huge pet peeve for me, from a client, from a borrower that won't tell me, hey, I checked credit, or this one happens a lot. Well, I just checked the credit because, you know, I was going to get 35% off
Right.
for a new account.
Right. Right.
Well, if you're tight on debt to income ratios, and that payment is gonna
Push you right over.
it's gonna push it right over, we're kind of in a bad situation there.
Yeah.
You know, and it has happened. You know, so hiding information from your client, hiding information from your loan officer to you, is that's
Detrimental to any deal.
yeah, big time. So make sure that you're telling your loan officer, and if you're a loan officer listening, make sure that you're telling your real estate agent and your borrower
Right.
what's going on, because it could be something very simple. It's, oh, you know what? Yeah, they checked my credit, but I didn't get nothing. You know, you can still kind of don't touch your credit,
Right.
but at the same time, you know, at least they're letting you know. So let them know. Make sure that everything is taken care of beforehand. That way, there's no surprises. So that's one. The other one, and that kind of goes with
Our next one that we have.
the next one that we have, and that's no accountability. You know, well, I didn't know. What do you mean you didn't know? You're the one that found out.
We're the ones who are literally
Yeah.
driving the bus here. We're
So-
here for our clients.
No accountability. Hey, look, it was my bad. I didn't know it was. That's what it was. Well, it's kind of like the $83. My bad. I forgot. You know,
We had to add
it was
this
the
in.
fire. It's the fire hazard insurance. You know what I mean? A lot of times where I'll hear no accountability is like, well, the client didn't tell me. You know what I mean? Or the loan officer didn't tell me. Well, just take accountability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's huge.
Quickest way to lose clients, no account. Oh, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Oh, it's this person's fault. It's this person. Well, when you take accountability, the narrative can't change. It's
Finger
done.
pointing.
It's over. Like, we can fix it, because the sooner we get to what the problem is, the sooner we can get to what the solutions are.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I agree.
Just own it.
100%. 100%. And I think the last one kind of could go with this accountability. Is
Your favorite.
This is my favorite.
Oh, we're going to talk about it too.
This
It
is
gets riled up.
my favorite. Actually, it's the worst pet peeve that I have. Is when I see a realtor.
Realtor.
No, these are realtors. They post interest rates when they have no idea what interest rates
Yeah.
are. Two, they are not licensed to be quoting interest rates. They are not licensed to be talking about interest rates. And I know for a fact that they're not. And they are out there Fed rates are going to be cutting down mortgage rates. No.
Yeah.
Fed rates have nothing to do with mortgage rates. So when you hear a real estate agent,
Rates are being cut. Rates are being
rates
cut.
are being cut, call your loan officer.
Yeah.
Immediately call your loan officer, because, going with the hype can get you in trouble, because Fed rates have nothing to do with mortgage rates. Okay, but we'll talk about that on another episode. But when the Fed rate cuts the interest rates, it doesn't reflect mortgage rates. If they do, they will later, but they don't. Essentially, the market does price that out before they actually get the rate, the Fed rates, before the Fed cut the rates.
Right.
But you'll see, like it happened in September of the year before last, they cut the rate 0.5%. Interest rates went up to 8%. The last cut that they did was a quarter. It went up about 0.25%. Where's a dun dun dun? So
We'll do some dun dun dun.
see, so just, when you see somebody, realtors, whatever, just don't talk about rates if you don't know anything about interest rates. That's my biggest pet peeve out of
And,
all
I
of
mean,
them. And communication.
I've done it. I've totally done it before. I've posted the rates, and I like to be knowledgeable on what's going on. And yeah, I have talked about the Feds lowering the rates, but I'm also talking about that's the federal interest rate. This is what it's tied to, and that's really tied to shorter term debt.
Mm-hmm.
So the market's going to
Car loans.
react to what they end up doing, and short term might not be so great. Long term could be very beneficial.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Fed Fed rates, they're more tied to, home equity lines of credit, car loans, credit cards, those interest rates, not mortgage rates. So just kind of, and what's your worst pet peeve?
So my worst pet peeve, or my biggest pet peeve, I should say, when agents and loan officers get on their high horse and say, well, I've been doing this for 35 years and I know more. All I hear when you say something like that is, this transaction is going to be a long, bumpy road because I probably don't know how to use technology and I haven't wanted to learn, but I know everything because I've been doing it for 35 years. Like, I can work with anyone. We'll get the deal done. I will get the deal done for my clients. I won't express frustration, professional all the way through. I want the same from you. I don't care how long you've been doing it. Yeah. I'll fax it to you.
From your computer, right?
Exactly. eFax. DocuSign. What's DocuSign?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, just encompassing, just be an agent that you would want to work with, or a loan officer that you would want to work with. Imagine how it feels on the other side and meet that person where they're at. That is the recipe for success in any transaction.
And I'll be guilty of that too. Just like you said, how you've posted about the rates, but you do explain what the Fed rate is and stuff like that. But for me, I have, been in the industry.
Don't say it.
Almost 30 years.
Well, folks, Ronnie and I are going to go have a chat. You all have a great day. Thanks for tuning in to episode 7. We're going to go hash something out real quick that can't be shown on camera.
We'll be back.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.